Welcome back to where Ramswood we're reviewing the Preston game, which of course is going to be quite miserable. But hopefully you'll stay with us. There are some positives to take out of it. Gav says, I'm a massive Eustace supporter, but I'm not accepting that. The first 45 minutes was awful. I've no idea what the plan was to create anything really disappointing. I'd hoped we'd turn the corner now with the players that we have available, but that is not the case. I hope you're all doing well. This week we're talking about John got that one wrong. Morris was the only positives. Have we missed any? We're looking ahead to Wrexham and which players this season deserve a lot more credit than what we are giving them. And thank you so much for joining us. Do drop us a quick subscribe if you can fit another Derby podcast into your lives, which just takes about 15 minutes a week to listen to. With and of course we send our good wishes, of course, to our other colleagues that can't be makers this week because they are poorly. Stace, you just got that one wrong.
Yeah, I think he admitted it as well, didn't he, in his post-match interview, really. First half, it was probably the side that I would have gone with as well, to be fair, but it was very passive. Let Preston play, didn't really get into the game. Very disappointing. Didn't close down. I mean, Alfie Devine's an absolute worldie. I don't think he's ever going to score a goal like that again in his career, but yeah, three goalkeepers aren't saving that. Better in the second half, but ending the game with so many attacking players on the pitch, but not really having a clue as to what to do with them. It's a bit frustrating as well, really, that Carlton Morris, when Aguiman came on at half time, he seemed to drop deeper and play off him. He was in at number 10 rather than play to up front.
Yeah. Other fans have stated that. Thanks, Stace. Old School Ram says, you got the formation wrong in the first half. Just admit it. I felt sorry for Morris having to keep looking for the ball in midfield. It was pathetic and you should have changed it after about 20 minutes. Do you agree, Peyton?
Yeah, I think to a point. I think Morris strives off of dropping a little bit deeper, getting the ball, laying it off to someone else, and then making that run into the box to almost just tap it home. I think he'd do that no matter how he plays. He'd come a bit deeper. But I mean, in the first half, yeah, I think I agree it was wrong. Probably should have played four at the back at home. But we haven't played it all season. And I think, yeah, maybe should have done it today. Didn't. I think we had a couple chances in the first half, but couldn't really get going. Obviously, they scored the goal that they did score, which, like Steve said, no keeper saving that. Should have closed him down, but it happens. But, I mean, second half, we really should have scored two or three, really, with the chances we made. And Patrick Agyemang, I think we should have touched on him a little bit, how good he was.
Yeah. Right, cheers for that. Here's another one for you both then. I mean, just how bad was it, Peyton? Old School Ram says, that's the worst shower of dross I've seen in the first half in over 50 years. There was players blowing out of their arse. Why have we not brought in a creative midfield player?
I wouldn't say that's the worst home performance I've seen. I think Watford at home last season was pretty rubbish. I think that first half wasn't great. We didn't really create much. What we did create was average at best. And we rectified it a little bit in the second half, I think. The substitution of Patrick Agyemang, I mean, he looks a revelation, really. So dangerous. Created loads of chances. But I think I disagree with the having not brought in a creative midfielder either, because I feel Bobby Clark is exactly that. He's a creative midfielder. I feel like if he was to be played in the 10 role, he'd probably be very good. I think just with what we've got right now, injury-wise, I feel like he's kind of forced to play out on the right-hand side. But he's not exactly bad at that. I feel like he's done a good job. I feel like, obviously, Brewster's coming back very soon. Sandre Langasso in back. I think with that, they will bolster the squad a lot and make us a lot more competitive.
Okay.
I think 50 years is a bit sensationalist, to be fair, Mark, if I'm honest. I wouldn't even put it in the top 30 worst performances I've seen in the last 20 years. So,
Good.
yeah, I think it's a bit over the top. As Peyton said, Aguiman, when he came on, looked really dangerous. Said to my lad after about 20 minutes of being on the pitch, they just can't play him. They don't know how to handle him. I think he's a box of tricks and an unknown that's going to do quite well this season for us. Seems to be able to create stuff out of very little, to be fair.
The season's starting to settle down now, so we get the table should be starting to take shape, but it really isn't because everyone seems to be capable of taking points off anyone this season. The relegated sides haven't started very well at all. The ones that have come up were expected to go up and do well, or there and thereabouts. Where are Derby, Peyton, in this mix of clubs? Have you seen enough to think you're gonna certainly survive? Have you seen enough to think you could go and have a go when all's fit? Where are Derby?
Honestly, I have not got a clue because, like you said, it's the Championship, innit? Like 1 week we could beat Ipswich 5-0 at home, and the next week we could lose 5-0 to Sheff Wednesday, and no one would bat an eyelid really, because that's just how it is. It's just how the league is. Personally, from some of the performances I've seen, I think we could be pushing for the playoffs. But then from some of the performances I've seen, I think we'd be lucky to finish higher than 15th. So it's definitely a hard one, and I think I don't know.
Stace?
I still say top mid-table, top 10, capable of that. I don't think anyone would have had Sheffield United as having the start they had either, would they? So
No.
it's the Championship, and that's what we like about it, is the fact that on the whole, on any day, any team can beat anyone, and that's what makes it probably the best league in the world, really, for me, entertainment-wise. Everyone can do something, unlike a lot of the other leagues.
Okay. Right. Looking ahead to Wrexham then next, as the Derby faithful make their trip to North Wales. Stacey, do you buy into the Hollywood story here? Are you one of those fans that can go, yeah, I can well respect that someone's climbed through the leagues and had a bit of money to spend, or do you just is it all hocus pocus?
You've got to give credit to them, haven't you? If that ownership group came in when they were not doing particularly well, they've took cash at it, some good sidings, got momentum, and have gone through the leagues. I'm sure any team in the National League, if they'd have had that investment opportunity, and you said it, they'd go on that journey in the next 3-4 years. Every club would bite your hand off. So fair play to them. There's a few bits around the Hollywood FC bit that I'm not really that interested in, but and stuff like that. But they are maximising what they've got, aren't they? And so can't knock it.
Yeah, Peyton.
I think you've got to respect the fact that they got, what was it, back to back promotions. I think that's an achievement in itself, no matter how much money you've got, because of just how relentless. I mean, the National League's way more relentless than even, I'd say, the Championship at times. And then League Two and League One. Obviously, we've experienced League One recently. It's not an easy league to play in. I think the fact that they've gone and got promoted from all of those leagues on the first attempt shows, I mean, character from the squad. I think there's a lot of players that have stuck around, even from the National League, that have shown themselves as almost Championship quality players. And they've done a lot. Obviously, they've spent a lot of money as well, but you're going to spend a lot of money when you've got it. I think I don't personally like the whole Hollywood thing, but I know some people do, and I'd like to beat them because they're in opposition in our league, to be honest. 3 points is kind of all that matters.
Okay. At home, they've done better away from home than they have at home, Stace. Is this one to target as 3 points, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I can see us going that approach, being quite defensively solid. Maybe 1 or 2 goals on the break. It's at the minute, I think it's a lot easier for us to play away from home. There's getting a little bit of dissent within the stands. I'm not quite sure why when we play at home. So yeah, I think there's a little bit less pressure away from home. Yeah, so I think there's a good opportunity on Saturday to pick up 3 points.
Okay. Right. We'll be reviewing, that game next week. Also, we've also got midweek Derby County Championship fixtures back from next week, as well as we head out, of course, on the road as well. Back to Pride Park, aren't we, for a midweek fixture next week? So join us for that preview, of course, as well. Finally, this week we're asking which Derby County player needs more credit. Obviously, we've highlighted some of the new players, but Peyton, who for you hasn't really received too much credit, and they do a fantastic job, but they don't get noticed? Who would that be for you?
I feel like there's a couple, actually. I think Bobby Clark, for one, hasn't received much of anything for anyone, and he's been quite solid for us. Obviously, he's a new signing. I'd say another one, but I'd say Forsyth. He always seems to put in a 7 out of 10, and at this point, I think he's about 75 years old, but still manages to play professional football to championship level. And then I think, obviously, Matt Clark, I think we said a little bit about him last week, but other than last week, I don't think he's ever been mentioned. So I think those three especially, yeah.
Okay, Stace.
Yeah, another one for Clark for me. He just goes about his business, does his job. Nothing spectacular, but he's ever dependable. I think Callum Elder as well. Really, he's probably got his detractors, but when he's on it, he he gets some decent balls into the box, and he's created a lot of opportunities for us this season. Probably, I think more than anyone else in the squad. So they'd be my two for now, really. And Foz is just ever dependable. He'll probably still be playing Championship football for us in about 35 years' time, to be fair.
Okay. Right, let us know in the comments if they've missed any. Right, thank you very much, you two. Appreciate that. Let's see if we can get back to winning ways, of course, next week then, as we travel to Wrexham. Enjoy the game. We'll see you all in 7 days' time. Thanks so much for watching.